Teen suicide rates in this country have risen dramatically over the last 10 years. One cause of that rise could be the proliferation of smartphones. Jean Twenge is a professor of psychology at San Diego State University and the author of the book iGen, Why Today's Superconnected Kids Are Growing Up Less Happy. She had this to say about that question. Just for the overview here, this seems like a crisis. How much research, academic research, is being done into the causes of this?
Yeah, so first, we do have a lot of academic research documenting the severity of this trend, not just in suicide, but in self-harm behaviors like cutting, and in depression, and in anxiety. All of them have just skyrocketed since 2010 or 2011, especially among teens and young adults. So that time sequence lines up almost perfectly with the rise of the smartphone and teens spending a lot more time looking at their phones and less time hanging out with their friends face to face.
But it doesn't, I mean, on some level, it's counterintuitive because this technology was sold to us on the premise it would bring people together. You could instantaneously communicate with everyone in your world, and yet the effect has been, you're saying, to make us more isolated? How does that work?
Yeah, so that's the interesting thing. And if used for a limited amount of time, say an hour or so a day, social media and texting and phones in general can connect us to each other. But what you're getting, especially with a lot of teens and many adults too, is they're spending almost all of their leisure time on phones and tablets and playing games. And that crowds out time for things that are much more beneficial for mental health, not just getting together with each other face to face, but also things like sleep. And getting enough sleep is really, really important for mental health. You don't get enough sleep, it's a huge risk factor for depression and thinking about suicide.
So if there is, and there seems to be growing evidence that this technology is responsible for kids killing themselves, tell me how the people who are growing rich from selling this technology are responding to that.
Well, fortunately, just in the last few months, there has been some good news on that front with smartphone manufacturers. So both Google and Apple have rolled out software that allows you to see how much time you're actually spending on the phone. Apple's new parental controls allow parents to shut down a teen's phone at night so they can get a good night's sleep, as well as restrict the amount of time they spend on certain apps. So it really allows a nice compromise position for parents who can say, all right, kiddo, you can use Snapchat, but you got 30 minutes a day, and that's it, so use it well.
The parents just have to avail themselves of that, and I hope they will, because it looks like it's really important. Doctor, thank you a lot. Thanks very much for coming on tonight and explaining that. I appreciate it.
Thank you.